Hello everyone, it's me again. So today we're going to be looking at another Nendoroid that is straight down that nostalgia road feeling. That Good Smile has been taking us down lately. They've been releasing a lot of Nendoroids and figures in general, from older shows that, were around back in the 90s and early 2000s. And this one in particular, I had seen episodes here and there, but I never watched it all the way through. But then my friends, who are also into anime, were actually watching the show from beginning to end. So it got me intrigued, and I started watching it. I really, I enjoyed the experience of actually watching the entire show all the way through. I'm not quite finished yet. I'm over halfway. I'm probably like 3/4 of the way done. But I'm enjoying it because, as you know, most animes are either really short or they're like super long and there's no end in sight. So I kind of enjoy going back and watching animes from like earlier years and earlier decades where there was like a little bit of a length, but not like astronomical, like One Piece kind of length to them. But today we're going to be looking at Nendoroid 1396 Kuwabara, Kazuma Kuwabara, which, I mean, we just call him Kuwabara. But anyways, yes, he is a little odd. His face plates are a little bit different than your regular Nendoroid, but it's really good because it kind of displays like his appearance and him looking a little bit different than majority of the characters. The longer I look at it, the more cute I think it is. It's kind of one of those things where it's like so ugly it's cute kind of thing. But yeah, Kuwabara was one of, if not my favorite character starting out, but it really solidified after the end of the Dark Tournament arc. Like, I really like the character. He's very noble, honest to a fault, and he's kind of, I guess he's the comic relief a little bit of the gang, because he is kind of like the weakest one, not to be mean, but yeah, like he's just really, I really like him. So I was like, well, Bakari had a deal where it was like you list so many within like a certain period of time and you get a $20 off of 50 or more. And so I saved this guy, and luckily he was still available when that coupon came through, and I picked him right up. But anyways, I really like how the box is a little bit different on this. It's got kind of like a spray painty kind of like look to it, or like a almost like a fire as well. Like, I can't really tell if it's supposed to be like a paint brush or paint strokes, because they kind of look like paint strokes, but I'm like, it could be fire as well. But yeah, like, I like when they do a little bit something different with the boxes. And of course, the front, the top, and the bottom are like your regular with the white background. And then of course you have the Yu Hakusho logo up there in the corner, Good Smile Company, and this one actually has the Crunchyroll sticker. So I'm guessing that it was a US release that I got this from. Because most of the time the US releases, if it's like a Crunchyroll owned anime, a lot of times like they'll have that sticker on there. They used to have the Funimation sticker on some before they were absorbed by Crunchyroll. But yeah, let's go ahead, and I'm actually really excited to get this one open. Okay, we're going to be doing it like this today. My neck's bothering me a little bit, so I'm kind of like trying to do this without like hurting myself. So it's just like, well, let me go ahead and do it this way, because I have the light stand set up this way. But anyways, here he is out of the box. Before I take him out of the blister packaging, here's the main Nendoroid himself. He's got kind of like that cheesy grin. And then he has like two closed fist hands. There is his extra smiley face. I really like that. I think that one's really cute. And here's more of his angry action face, and he actually comes with the head, an extra hairpiece with the headband. And the headband, you can't really see it, actually has like a little peg on the back. Well, not peg, it's a joint on the back, so you can move that around. It's kind of interesting because it seems like it's pinkish. I didn't realize it was kind of like it has like a pink hue to it, because like all the images I see, like it looks more just plain white. But anyways, and here is the main Nendoroid, and of course he comes with a sword and his little kitty. Now they did do something that I normally, I don't like, but they did do this, where they have all of his extra parts in a separate little baggie. But he has like two bent arms. He has, it looks like an extra where it cuts off at the arm slit, where it's cut off in the middle of the arm. They have two of those, and then you have two extra hands. I think one of them is to hold the sword, and then two bent legs. So they give you a good amount. I actually kind of like these arms, and I wonder how they're going to pose, because you don't have the like cuts in the slits in the arm. So that's always nice. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and put him in some poses. So here he is in his first pose, and I do have to say this pose was a little bit of a difficult pose to put him in, even though it looks simplistic. I could not get this hand to meet the pants like it does in the promo picture, but I almost think that it's like an angle that you're supposed to look at him at, like from this angle. It looks more like an actual pocket, where if you look at it from any other angle, it doesn't actually touch the pants, because in the promo pictures it actually looks like it touches the edge of the pants, like the pants are further out from the jacket. But in the final product, it looks like the pants were more flush with the body and doesn't project out as much. But yeah, so I'm not really a fan of this per se, and I feel like it looks better on darker clothed Nendoroids like Gojo, like a dark, like a black or like a dark blue color scheme, where and two that it lays flush, but I feel like it gives it a little bit more, it hides it better. You could see it from far off and know, oh yeah, that's, that it looks like it's a pocket, where this, it's kind of like, what's going on? Is his hand bandaged for some reason? If you don't look at it just the right angle. Now the sword itself is something to you're going to have to deal with, because the hand that they gave you doesn't have like a peg or anything, and the sword is actually kind of heavy for that particular hand. So the sword kept falling out, and like any kind of movement whatsoever, and it has a tendency to fall out, and the hand feels like it warps a little bit, like it's not very solid. So it may benefit you, like after a while, and I might actually do this, to go run it under some hot water and kind of close it back, and then throw it in some cold water to try to get that tight shape back, because the grip is going to loosen up over time, just because the hilt is so large and the weight of the plastic is a little heavy. I think it would have been better to have like maybe like a hand with a peg in it, and like a little opening in there to where you can just put a peg in it, and it's fine. I don't understand why they've done that before in the past, but then again, I'm just complaining. I did see a quality control issue on mine. I don't know if you could see it, but the paint on his little things are very sloppy. Like there's a scratch down the middle one, and then there's extra paint on this. I might try to like see if I can take a magic eraser and like wear that down a little bit, maybe. Not really for sure. I could probably clean up this part maybe, but I don't want to take sandpaper to it because I feel like it might actually like rub the rest of it off, but it's just like this. It's not really that bad. Especially like if you're not looking at him from this angle, it's not too awful bad. But anyways, and plus I got him on the cheap. Anyways, I really do like his aesthetic though. I like, I would have kind of liked for him to come in his original outfit, but it's okay because I almost feel like his original outfit reminded me too much of Josuke, so this kind of sets him apart. And plus, I'm going to be putting him beside Killua in my shonen display. So, but anyways, this is the first pose. It's a simple pose. I think I'm going to do an action pose next. So I'll be right back. And here is his next pose. And to be quite honest, I love his action pose. This is really cool. It uses the straight arms that he came with, and most of the time I don't like it when the straight arms have like very specific poses, but this one is really cool. It actually came with another grip hand, and this one's a little bit better. It still gives a lot more than what I feel like it should, but you do have the extra hand that goes over that he's supposed to be holding his sword with both hands in this aspect. And you can, I decided to do it with the headband head, and as you can see, it's on like a little ball joint, and you can like flail it out. You can like sway it to the side a little bit. The only thing with that about swaying it too far to the side is it is kind of like the way it lays, it's like very wide. So it would take up a lot of space doing it that way. But I wasn't going to put him in an action pose when posing him. I was kind of going to put him more in like the standard pose. But I actually really love this. Like, it's really super cool. So I may end up putting him in this later. I really do like that his cute smiley face though. So we're going to do that one next. But I absolutely adore. And the head on this one, the paint job was a lot better on this. The bonus head is really nice. I really like it. And the fact that you have two heads, you know, if one comes and it's not perfect, you can always, use the bonus one. And then two, I could make a Kuwabara Nendoroid doll, which would be really weird. I'd probably just put him on a Nendoroid, on another Nendoroid body. I actually thought about like maybe the Josuke one, like get another Josuke body and put him on it. But anyways, I really love this pose. I don't know what more to say. I just really love the pose. I mean, I love the sword in general, but like I just really like this pose, which is really weird because I normally don't like action poses. But anyways, enough of that. We're going to go ahead and put him in his final pose for the evening. And here he is in his final pose of the evening, just like a little goofy pose with his kitty. As you know, Kuwabara loves his kitties, as do we all. And I think the cat actually has like a little bit, the head is articulated. The tail isn't. I don't know. I think the tail is, the tail is articulated as well as the head. The head you can turn. But yeah, it's super cute. Like, to be completely honest, I'm very happy with this Nendoroid. Even with the flaws, like, he is super cute. You can, he's very unique with the faceplate. So I feel like that's the only downside, is that you can't use his faceplates with any other Nendoroid, basically. Yeah, you're basically stuck with using them just for him. But he comes with 2 hair pieces, so I mean, technically, you could find another body, and you have two figures. So I mean, it really is. I mean, I just really like him. I feel like he's very versatile because because of his character and him being kind of like the comic relief or the comedian of the group. I feel like he's real diverse in his poses. You can pose him being funny. You can pose him in action. It really is. And then too, with it being separated in 3 sections, it does give you a little bit more possibility for different poses. Now, we'll say this: be very careful when switching out the legs. The legs, they're like this, and it's on a ball. There's like a bar in there with a ball with balls on the end of them. So when you just kind of like swivel it around and try to get it loose, because I just feel like if you give too much force, it could break. But I mean, once I knew how it was and how it came off and on, because it is a ball joint, to be more delicate with it. Because some Nendoroids, it is like even if they're all in a ball joint, the joint goes in, but this is basically like a bar with the ball already attached in there. So just be careful with that. But I absolutely adore him. I think he's adorable. I don't know if I'm going to put him in a goofy pose like this, or if I'm going to put him in an action pose, because I was going to put him in a goofy pose like this, but I really love the action pose too. But now that I've got him in this pose, I'm just like, oh my gosh, he's just too cute. But I could gush for over this Nendoroid for a while. Lord, I can't even talk. But yeah, if you're on the fence about Kuwabara, I would say if you find him for a good price, definitely pick him up. Especially if he's your favorite in Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't know if I'm going to get any of the other ones. I know that Yusuke himself never got re-released, so he's over $100 right now in the aftermarket. Kuwabara and Hiei were a little bit more on the expensive side, but you can still find deals on them. And then Kurama is probably like the cheapest out of the 3, and I was tempted to get him as well, just for the simple fact that I feel like out of the 3 of them, like he is the one that you can actually like use his parts or his faceplates with other ones. And I was thinking about like, ooh, I could get because they just released these Fox Nendoroid more face case holders, and I was like, oh, I could put one of Kurama's faceplates in them, and it could be like a little mini Fox him. But yeah, like I decided to go with Kuwabara just because I did like Kurama as well, but Kuwabara just kind of won me over with his goofiness and his pure little heart that we rarely see nowadays. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoy this kind of stuff. If you like, leave a like, subscribe, and I guess tell me what other like 90s or early 2000 Nendoroid that you would like to see made, because I feel like the sky's the limit at this point, because they're bringing out stuff that's like super old and just it's just wild. Like this isn't super old, but they just announced Durarara Nendoroid, 2 new Durarara Nendoroids, and I'm just like, Durarara in 2024, like what? So the sky's the limits, really, but I'm still holding on for hopes of the Oh My Goddess Nendoroids and a Noriko from Fushigi, because we did get one Fushigi character, but I need more. Anyways, y'all have a good one. See y'all later.